Welcome, lovely people. Today, we are going to be reading through yet another blog post from DC. We all know how much I love these. But we are doing Chapter 2, Story Blog 2 from Light and Rain. This one is called Burn Like My Power. Now, I have not read this at all. We are going to be reading it from scratch together, and let's hope I don't stumble over my words. Approach, loyal one. Thal Sinestro peered at the vastness of deep space within Sector 1417 before turning to face Caru Sil, one of the most ferocious members of the Lantern Corps. Wreathed in the yellow energy of fear, she flew through the void flanked by 3 golden energy constructs, fashioned in the form of powerful predator beasts, her father's 3. After giving her leader a respectful nod, she bared her razor-sharp teeth in a feral smile, one known to instill fear in the hearts of many a life form throughout the cosmos. "We bring knowledge to you," Caru Sil said, still smiling. That's not a tongue twister. "We find it very interesting." Sinestro arched an eyebrow. The woman was not easily impressed. What has she witnessed, he wondered? A genocide? The fall of a star system to terrible and unnatural atrocities? "Interesting, you say? Do tell," Sinestro said. "I would know what fascinates one such as you, Caru Sil." "A campaign of terror," Caru Sil replied. "At first it seemed a series of random attacks, conducted by criminals, mercenaries, and reavers. But we watched, we studied their movements, and we learned their truth." "Enlighten me," Sinestro said. "What truth revealed itself to you?" "There is nothing random about it," the other Sinestro Corps member said. "These attackers are puppets for a greater force, the Black Circle." Sinestro pondered her statement for a moment. The Black Circle was an interstellar crime syndicate formerly led by one of his own, Amon Sur, the son of a legendary Green Lantern. Amon represented his famous father and sought to destroy the cause he served, and his father's successor, Hal Jordan of Earth. One way he pursued that goal was to become a notorious criminal. Another, joining forces with the greatest enemy of the Green Lanterns, Sinestro himself. "The Black Circle, eh? Their power diminished greatly once their leader became one of us," Sinestro said. "And yet you tell me they have risen once again to a position of power? Shadow masters of a terrifying force. Explain yourself." "They have a new master," Caru Sil replied. "We have yet to verify the identity of this leader, but we hear a name whispered in the darkness over and over again." "And that name is?" "Amon Sur," said Caru Sil. "We believe he has resumed his mantle of leadership within the Black Circle. We think he enriches himself with the terror his servants inflict upon the weak in his name, not yours." "Why, Caru Sil?" Sinestro said in his response. "You're quite correct. Your discovery is indeed very interesting. Continue your observations and report only to me." "And if Amon Sur is discovered to be a traitor?" "Then, loyal one, there shall be a hunt," Sinestro replied. "You do enjoy a great hunt, do you not? And what better quarry than a master of fear?" "There is none better," Caru Sil replied, her smile widening. "My father's 3 and I will expose this truth under the golden light of fear. We swear it." It was Sinestro's turn to smile as Caru Sil flew at great speed in pursuit of her quarry. For if Amon Sur was guilty of betrayal, he would be the target of one of the deadliest hunters in existence. There would be no escape for him, no safe haven, and when she cornered her prey, her weapon poised to deliver the killing blow, his heart would be filled with a profound, undeniable fear. A fear glorious to behold. Sector 2261, Deep Space. Carousel floated in silence, watching intently as an invasion force appeared. One by one, they came crossing not only the dark void of space, but also the barrier between dimensions. Vessels hidden by the devious intentions of a warrior race. The silent invaders crept through the stars toward their final destination, a vast, emerald world adorned with the crest of her hated foes. The sentient Green Lantern planet known as Mogo. Carousel brought up the navigation system of her EV suit, using its passive sensor array to acquire one of the invading vessels as a target. Once locked on, she engaged thrusters rigged for stealth and moved in. Cannot use the ring for this, she thought, as she closed the distance to the starship. This quarry is all too familiar with the energy of fear. One golden glimmer and their sensors will hard lock, then their weapons will purge me from the stars. Soon, she locked her suit's boots onto the hull of the ship. A moment later, Carousel joined the invasion force, albeit as a deadly, silent stowaway. After the ship made planetfall, Carousel made her way into a verdant jungle nearby. There she observed the invaders, taking note of the disposition of their forces as they disembarked. Quarians, she thought. They who forged the first golden ring, the weapon of the Sinestro Corps. She felt a twinge of rage as she watched the enemy's movements, for they did not serve Sinestro, as so many of their fellow Quarians did. They will be punished for this betrayal, but the most severe penalty awaits their leader. She smiled at that thought, remembering Sinestro's promise of a great hunt, a hunt she would lead. The enemy moved quickly before her eyes, a sound plan. It would not be long before the Greens detected them and mustered their defenses. She watched the Quarians move toward their target from the command and control station. Patiently, she took down every detail, and then she saw them. And for the first time since her arrival on Mogo, she smiled. Didn't she say she smiled earlier? Hang on. Just, maybe just have it make sense amongst itself, because it says up here, they will be punished for this betrayal, and the most severe penalty awaits their leader. She smiled at that thought. Then down here, when they're moving quickly, she watched them do some stuff, and for the first time since her arrival on Mogo, she smiled again? Because she smiled twice! Just saying. A small host emerged from the Quarian flagship, clad in a familiar uniform of black and gold. They were as she, members of the Sinestro Corps. Leading them was a powerfully built warrior with crimson skin and a determined visage, a man she immediately recognized. Amon Sir, she thought, as her smile widened. The rumors are true. You are the leader of this force, the mastermind of this attack. So be it, traitor. Silently, Carousel watched and waited. She would depart for space once the shooting started, using the chaos of war to conceal her departure from the wretched Mogo. Once she was clear, she would deliver the news of Amon Sir's treachery to Sinestro. Soon, she thought. Soon I will share my great hunt with my father's three. Soon we will dine on the fear of traitors. As the invaders moved toward their foes. Carousel's? I think they might still mean Carousel's smile. Carousel's smile grew wider and wider. Today was going to be a very good day. We know, because she can't stop smiling. Apparently she smiles for the first time more than once. So I don't really feel like there's a lot for me to say about this. We can see that Sinestro has his 2IC, which is Carousel, who is doing a little bit of spying on his behalf to find out what Amon Sir is actually doing. And then she's going to head back to Sinestro and let him find out what's happening. I do still feel the same way about the blogs. I still am not a big fan of them. I think that I would rather have everything about the storyline inside the game. If you want to let us know stuff like that, put it in the game that we're actually trying to play, because I don't play a game to go and read blogs. I play a game to play a game. But I think we all know this by now. Hopefully this was helpful in letting you guys know what's happening in the blogs and where the storyline is going for the next thing that we're not allowed to call an episode anymore. Second part of the character story arc story arc. Chapter 2 of the Light and Rain Chapter 2, not episode 2, blog 2. Right, why can't we call them episodes anymore? I think this is silly. I find this all kind of silly. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, and please do have a good one.